So muri Zimbabwe isusu pano takakuudzai a couple of days ago tichitaura isusu about Valerius Vanda, about the former ZDF General Philip Valerius Vanda. So Valerius Vanda first suggested this thing the first time he was admitted into the Politburo, which is a couple of weeks ago. Valerius Vanda said, why don't President Mnangagwa and Vice President Chiwenga be closed in a room and no food, and we are not gonna open the door until they reach an agreement on what is the way forward. Vobvumirana kuti nzira yekuenda nayo kumberi ndeipi. Kana vasati vabvumirana izvozvozvo hatisi kuzovavhurira door. So it was said in a Politburo meeting as a joke, and people laughed, right? Because tose toziva kuti now it's an open fire, open war. Tose toziva Vice President Chiwenga kudhara vakapinzira chidhosiya chichishora mabusinessmen ari around President Mnangagwa. So inside ZANU-PF Politburo meeting, this whole thing is an open debate. It's a non-conflict, right? So when Valerius Wanda suggested this, it was like a joke. But then, joke, this is funny, then joke yatoti Joint Operations Command. Joint Operations Command inova ine mukuru weZimbabwe Defense Forces, mukuru wemapurisa, mukuru wemagadhijeri, mukuru wemaCIO, Minister of Defense anosanganisana naOpa Mchinguri, nemamwe ma-state security apparatus. So JOC, joke, yakabva yatora that suggestion from PV Swanda and then brought it into their discussions, brought it into their meetings. Remember, what PV Swanda was also a member of JOC, a member of Joint Operations Command, panga achiri Zimbabwe Defense Forces military general. And so and when he speaks something like this, although jokingly, but it carries a lot of weight in the joke circle. So regarding the kumberi on what really happened, did they sign the agreement? As of right now, it's not actually signed the agreement, but it has been drafted. So within the security apparatus, within JOC, the Joint Operations Command, tirikunzwa information, a leak from there. It's just an intelligence briefing or intelligence update. It's not really a leak, it's just an update. Kamukarenga ngusvitiga kuti vanhu through pano pamuzinda wenyu wevanhu neni your host Supergalo zvitsira kuvanhu vazive kuti what is happening within the ruling class muZimbabwe. So tobva tasvitsa nyaya. So they have drafted an agreement, a contract yekuti when submitted you see. So what is happening right now is that these guys are not talking directly to President Mnangagwa or directly to VP Chiwenga, but they are talking to them through their proxies. For President Mnangagwa, these proxies include Ziyambi, Minister of Justice, that Opa Mchinguri, Minister of Defense, of course, Minister of Justice, Ziyambi, ndo kuchasvitswa this draft of the agreement, ndo kuchasvitswa this draft of the agreement somewhere muwiki iyo ino yatatanga ndo pachasvitswa this draft. So we don't know how it's going to progress. Will President Mnangagwa bow to it? Will VP Chiwenga bow to it? Will they both love it and agree? So let's get into the contents of this agreement. Kuti chii chacho chavari kunzi vachasainirana pasi vachibvumirana from now on. So in this draft mure Zimbabwe, it's explosive. It's loaded according to our sources. So Chiwenga is being asked kuti if we want peace in Zimbabwe. In fact, we're getting about President Mnangagwa. President Mnangagwa is being told ne-JOC, Joint Operations Command, after yaita ma-surveys ayo yatakakuudza of the consequences of Cape 3. So vari kuuya nema-reports ose ma-CIO intelligence dzese vachiudza kuti there is possible instability, there is possible chaos munyika if you go ahead and push Cape 3, because it seems that, like, within the military itself, within the security apparatus of the state, there is a lot of resistance, there's a lot of disagreement, disagreeing with the Cape 3. So there's potential noise, there's potential chaos munyika if you push Cape 3. So therefore, we give the president Mnangagwa and all his business associates a free pass. If you go ahead with the draw Cape 3, come 2028, you guys, you will go and rest, and no one will open a case against you to investigate you, especially how you got the money you have, how you spent the money, how you did run the country, the corruption you did, the people who died, anything. All of that in that agreement is like it's non-existent. It never happened. President Mnangagwa and his circles, they just go on retirement and it ends up peacefully just like that. So this VP Chiwenga must sign and agree and promise Mnangagwa is in this draft. So President Mnangagwa have to give up the presidency, and then Chiwenga have to give up revenge to follow through and try to investigate etc. So as of right now, these are all the details asvika pa news desk pano pa mzinda pevano. So ndini wenyu Supergalo, tichita investigative journalism. So our WhatsApp line zilipo hapo, our WhatsApp phone number. You can send through your stories, you can send through your updates, and then change to verify with also our intelligence, and then to shitsa kuvanhu. If you want to do it anonymously, you say so. If you want to be known, you say so. You can send your voice note talking about what you're talking about, what you think about President Mnangagwa, about Cape 3, about what's happening in Zimbabwe political arena right now, political atmosphere, etc. And then we'll post that audio or that video or that message here. Let's keep the discussion alive. Let's keep going. Stay tuned. Peace.